In this video, I will be interviewing Matthew Primes, owner of Young Entrepreneur Enterprise. Hello, welcome to Siobhan's World. I am Siobhan Chase, helping you live life unlimited. The show, you hear me mention the law of attraction. And I truly believe what you put out in the universe is what you get back. And through the experiences that you've had, you maintain to stay positive and focused, which is going to really take you far as it has already. So, with that being said, with those experiences from you being adopted at a baby age, back home again, adopted again, through the military, your family, on top of that, you still even managed to own your own business, start your own business while being in the military, called Young Entrepreneur Enterprise. So tell us, what is Young Entrepreneur Enterprise? What type of business is that? Why did you start it? And what is your passion behind it?
Okay. Young Entrepreneur Enterprise really, I like to start with why that I started. What I started to do, once I really committed to business, 'cause that's my passion, that's my real passion that I ran from, forever. So once I started really committed to business, I said, who do I have around me that wants to be a multimillionaire? Who do I have around me that wants to be a millionaire? And there was only one person I could seek out, that had that same mindset as me. And so I sought out that person, and then I began to converse with that person. Then I began to find out, okay, this other person is actually similar to my mindset, but I didn't know it. It was only through talking through this one individual that I was able to find that out. So then I started to see the importance of having a group of people with like minds surrounded by you. I started to see the importance of that. And I started to see the importance of being able to converse with them. And through conversing, you're able to actually pull out things that you might not have thought, but they're able to give that to you just by, well, hey, have you ever thought of this? Or hey, I do it this way. And how that's taken me so much farther than I could have taken myself. So those couple things, had me start to think, okay, so let's have a business guy like that. And then only by God's grace, that's what it was. He gave me Young Entrepreneur Enterprise. He gave me Gentleman and Gentle Lady first. That's the unique thing. So he did give me Gentleman and Gentle Lady first. I was in the car, because all good things come in the car in the shower. And, and so I was putting some words together, and I came up with Young Entrepreneur Gentleman and Young Entrepreneur Lady. And then I said, okay, with that, I want to be able to create a professional businessman. I want to be able to create a recognizable businessman or business lady, somebody who's branded, who's marketable, who just by their stature, you're able to recognize, oh, that must be a gentleman, that must be a gentle lady. And then I had to ask God, okay, how can I bring this all together? Because that's not enough. That's not enough. Okay. So then, I started to draw on things like that. And came up with the logo myself. And then I came up with Young Entrepreneur Enterprise. And I was like, wow, that's perfect. That brings it all together. And basically had to come up with a mission statement, which my mission statement is taking ownership and investing profitably. And the reason I chose that mission statement is because it's important for people in life to take ownership of the dreams, the goals, the visions that God has given them. And understanding that we live in a business economy. So there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there, because I was one of them. So a lot of my business ethics, things like that I've created, is because of what I've gone through personally. So there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there who, have these business ideas, but they just don't know how to even get that foot in the door, get that first thought rolled out. So that's what I want to do with Young Entrepreneur Enterprise: give people an outlet where they can stand up and they can say, hey, I want to be an entrepreneur. no, I don't have any support around me. But with Young Entrepreneur Enterprise, I'm sure I can get that support. No, I don't have anybody motivating me to grow in business or self development, personal development. But I know with Young Entrepreneur Enterprise, they can do that for me. And then investing profitably. That's the other part of the mission statement. So taking ownership and investing profitably. And the reason I came up with investing profitably because we see all these entities where we just throw our money, we just throw our money in these entities, and it doesn't really have any return. At the end of the day, we're pretty much just saving our money at the end of the day. And that was one of my goals, to be able to have high yield returns on simple things that we have in life, like this wristband. This is like my first creation. So this wristband actually right here says "Soldier Lives Matter." It says "Give thanks." Yeah, give thanks. Soldier Lives Matter. You can actually have it because I have like tons of them. So it says.
I want out the audience to see.
So I had to. It was an inspiration, and once again, I was talking with my constituents in regards to it. So we came with the camouflage because I'm a soldier. We got the Black Lives Matter. So I wanted to do Soldiers Lives Matter. And then I wanted people to give thanks, you know, um, with monetary assets, of course. And then because of me being able to converse with other people in regards to this product, I was actually able to put my logo on this product. And that was something that I didn't think I could do. I didn't think I could do it. They were like, yeah, you can do it. Or she was like, yeah, you can do it. Why not? Go ahead, try it. And so when they actually showed me that this logo fit on there, I was like, wow. So these are the things that you can do, within Young Entrepreneur Enterprise. Take ownership, invest in profitably. This only costs 38 cents to make. I'm able to have a return of almost 1,000% by selling it at $2.50, that's 2 for 5 or 1 for 3. And there's just no other, ways to make, such a high yield return. So being able to kind of exploit those things and be able to sit down with fellow entrepreneurs and say, okay, what can we invest in? Okay, whether it's maybe we have something we want to do in Africa, building in Africa. That's what I was doing in Africa today. I was speaking with this guy about building a school in Africa. It only costs $4,000.
What you were doing in Nashville today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, what I was doing in Africa today. And so that's really why Young Entrepreneur Enterprise was made, to be able to give people a place where they can come and say, hey, I want to be an entrepreneur. Hey, I want to expand my business. Hey, I want to be a part of a network of business women and ladies. Hey, I want to be more professional. Hey, I want to be personally developed. Hey, I want to have an opportunity to invest in other people's businesses, and other people's capital building campaigns, things of those nature. So just kind of being able to give people a place where they can come, they can be, who God's made them to be, regardless whether it's a high school kid, a 35-year-old, we want to be able to do that for people because this economy demands that. You can't be successful in this economy without being able to get the economical portion, and you have to get that through business. That's what we want to do with the Entrepreneur Enterprise.
Wow, I'm flabbergasted. Like your concept and your vision is so neat and so needed, and it's very thought out and very thorough. And yes, we want to reach while you're in high school, we want to reach older and fill those bridges and those gaps and educate people. Would you say that your company is more of a consultation firm, or do you have other products and services that you offer?
Well, what we're working to be really is a member opportunity where you can actually be a Yentl lady, you can be a gentleman, and we'll be able to have a monetized platform where you can pay a member fee and be able to have access to all these different sorts of things. Like, let's say we're in Tennessee right now, so let's say in Ohio they have something going on. So now you get a discount, at that entrepreneurship because we have that access. The person that's running whatever's going on in Ohio is a Yentl lady herself, and whoever wants to be a part of that. So we'll be able to push people's campaigns that are going on. Also, we'll be able to have capital building campaigns where we're making specific investments. One thing we want to do is rebirth residential commercial properties. So you don't see residential commercial properties much nowadays. But we want to be able to do that, bring that downtown to a lot of cities and a lot of communities. And so with that, that's community building. That allows us to not only have one of those new entrepreneurs and say, hey, okay, you can live in this building and you can work outside of this building. This can be where you start. Not only does that allow us to do that, but allow us to partner with other businesses within the community that wants, more economic income coming into the city as well. So there's a lot of, different opportunities that Young Entrepreneur Enterprise will offer. Those are just a couple of capital building campaigns, member opportunities, client opportunities, where you're basically just an entrepreneur with an idea. We'll help you monetize that idea. We'll be able to, push you towards some of the people that are part of your entrepreneur enterprise as far as marketing, because that's huge. You got to gain a following. As far as what can you do better with this business? What's your market base? Do you want to be just in the U.S.? Do you want to be international? Do you want to be both? There's a lot of questions that you have to ask, because one thing I noticed is riding around looking at businesses. It could be one good business. It could be one good business. A lot of people are satisfied with one good business. You have to expand. Look at this world that we live in. We have to expand because, we have an expectation to pass wealth down to our children. Unfortunately, the baby boomers, they want to donate all the wealth, because they don't believe that we have, the wherewithal to be able to handle that wealth. But with expansion, we can be able to allow wealth to be passed down. We're just small business owners, and people kind of have to get out of that mindset that I'm just a small business. I'm a small business. No, think corporate. Think corporate, because from the get-go, that's what Young Entrepreneur Enterprises thought. We thought corporate, and that's where we intend to go. Giving people stock options, just a lot of different little things, and as we all come together and gel together, it's going to be a beautiful thing because so much more things are going to flourish. Something we want to do, which I'm not going to say because it's not ready for the public yet. But those are just a couple of things we want to do. But we're going to have some criteria, with our application process and considerations. We got to put God up there. You have to be God fearing. You have to be willing. And really, if you're beginning, we're going to build your business for about 1 to 3 years, instead of letting you just operate out of the gate for about 1 to 3 years and then fail. Because that's something that I don't understand that. Like, they always say, oh, well, small businesses fail within about 1 to 5 years, or 3 to 5 years or so, whatever the statistic may be. And it's like, why are you failing? Why are you just jumping out when you're not even ready to jump out yet? Why don't you prepare for those 3 to 5 years, and then everything else is going to be great? And that's one thing Young Entrepreneur Enterprise has been doing.
Well, that is the biggest issue about why businesses fail. It's for the lack of planning, lack of building those business plans, doing the research, and understanding those markets. And thank goodness we have companies like you to help us out. Like, this is so awesome. So, are you taking customers right now? Are you in a position to take customers right now? Or are you still building your company?
We are still building. Of course, like I said, we have wristbands, which people can be able to purchase. That not only support Young Entrepreneur Enterprise, but also supports soldiers. Because we do donate a portion of the profits back to the USO there for the soldiers. That's something that just makes sense to us to be able to do, especially me knowing what it takes. This wristband is really made to honor soldiers who can't be home with their families. So that's really the initiative there. Also, with just being able to invest in Young Entrepreneur Enterprise and advancement, because that's one thing that I operate on, especially with biblical principles. I'm not here to take a loan. I'm not here to take a loan. I'm I'm here to be a lender. So anyone that wants to give a generous donation, to be able to allow us to continue to expand, develop, and grow at a faster rate than we may think we're growing. Also, just fellow entrepreneurs that can see the vision that we have for Young Entrepreneur Enterprise. I'm definitely down for them, contacting me and us being able to build together because at the end of the day, millennials, a lot of us, we are the future of America, so we definitely have to be able to build together.
Millennials are the future. You're the youngest generation we have, and we need you to take the torch and keep running. Outside of the wristbands, are there any other products you have?
Well, I created one T-shirt for Ohio, so that was real specific to Ohio. So shout out to any of my Ohioans. But that's a Ohio born, Ohio raised T-shirt that actually has the Ohio State motto on it. It's red, white, and blue, of course, with a little bit of scarlet and gray in there as well. For Ohio State Buckeyes and the flag colors, red, white, and blue, and actually forms a smiley face, which is unique. But it has an Ohio State motto that says, "With God, all things are possible." So I love being from Ohio. And it has when Ohio was established, which I believe was like the 1800s. There, that's when it was actually established as got its statehood. And so that's another piece of merchandise we have, pretty much in all sizes. Besides food, kid sizes, small through double XL. Okay, I still got a couple triple XLs. That was something that I partnered with one of my buddies that was in Ohio. Gotta get back in contact with him, lost contact with him. But he actually had a campaign that he was running where he wanted to help out 100 entrepreneurs. So I was like, man, that's really cool that what you're doing. So I want to be a part of it. So that's when I made that T-shirt. And I went up there and donated a lot of T-shirts to them. That was a pretty good deal. And then other than that, we've been buying and selling, doing a lot of buying and selling, as far as yard sales, selling on the internet. And that's what inspired me to get more into the internet. Because like I said, I grew up with my grandma, so I was kind of like an old-fashioned dude. Didn't want to deal with the internet. Didn't want to deal with too advanced cell phones. But now I recognize the importance of the internet and how I can really advance myself, advance the business on the internet, and really begin to gain a following.
Yes, you have to use internet. Internet can be your friend or your foe. And even my 7-year-old nephew, he understands that you should just Google it. Or, well, maybe that's not such a great idea. But it can be. You do have to be careful. But in today's society, especially with your generation, social media is everything. That's how we market ourselves. With that being said, do you have any fundraising campaigns on the internet as of yet, or do you intend on getting a GoFundMe account or any of those sorts?
Well, yeah, I actually did my first GoFundMe was for my daughter's birthday, so I wanted to kind of just get into that market because I realized GoFundMe can be really exploited. I've been daydreaming about doing GoFundMe for Hurricane Harvey, doing GoFundMe for him. But just in regards to your question, no, I haven't done any special campaigns just for the business as of yet. I'm actually working with Krens.com. So Krens is KRENDS.com. Great guy named Adam. I explained to him everything I have going on right now. Not just with Young Entrepreneur Enterprise, but Heaven on Earth Ministry, Young Comers. I mean, we got a lot of stuff going on. But I explained to him what my vision was. Told him, hey, I'm ready to gain a following. I'm ready to start pushing content after I gain a following. And he's like, hey, we got the perfect thing going for you. And so I'm going to actually start on Instagram, creating an Instagram, and that'll be through Young Entrepreneur Enterprise. So people will be able to start following Young Entrepreneur Enterprise through Instagram, and then we'll branch out in Facebook and start doing some other things too. But that's definitely something in the future to be able to generate some revenue, things of those nature.
Okay. Um, That's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. Um, you have mentioned God quite a bit, so that tells me that you are a very religious person. And one of your hashtags is "I will succeed because Jesus never fails."
Amen.
As a matter of fact, this is probably the only hashtag that I've seen of yours, along with a lot of other sayings. Um, so, what role? Well, you pretty much told us, but just to iterate again, what role does God place in your life and how you handle your business endeavors?
Okay. Actually, that specific hashtag, I think I think it was on Facebook, and my name on Facebook is Matthew Primes on Facebook. Just in case anybody wants to look me up, Matthew Primes, and they can find out a lot about business, kind of commercial. I mean, that's like one of my big platforms that I use, and I always tell myself I was the first one to put a hashtag on Facebook because I didn't have like the other market with Twitter that they use for hashtags.
Instagram, Twitter.
Instagram. Yeah. It's like one main market though that they use for like hashtags. Like
I
it was
think
like
Twitter started the hashtag.
so I was like, I don't have a Twitter, so I'm gonna do a hashtag on Facebook, and then next thing you know, everybody started doing hashtags. So it's very interesting market though. But
So you pioneered that.
yeah, just to say the least, But yeah, I mean, God, He's always, you know, ever since birth, like I told you, like it's just so beautiful how He's really just held me, picked me up, set me aside, and been taking care of me,
With you throughout all these
ever since birth. So
unmentioned years, we won't take it.
and that's one thing that I always tell myself, like, I'd be living in vain, like if I don't accomplish, my goals, my dreams that God set inside of me to be done. And I don't want Jesus to die in vain. So that's why I say Jesus never fails. He succeeded death. So that's something that we can just all rejoice about. I mean, no matter what comes at us, we'll be able to follow in His footsteps in being successful. So that's definitely something I think is important for people to be able to have a relationship, with Jesus, and to also be able to find Jesus for themselves through that relationship. And one way God gave me to do that, because I was praying to Him, I was like, how can I read the Bible? And I was just so long. And He said, read from the shortest book in the Bible to the longest book. And that just builds your confidence level up so fast, like, because you're just knocking out books, in the Word. And He'll start to reveal things to you, and then you'll start to work in His might, not your own. And that's one of the most important things.
Say as if and you shall receive. And I would have never thought to read the Bible from the smallest to the biggest, but that's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
However, somebody else may ask the same question because they have a different personality and a different soul. Their words of wisdom, encouragement might be different.
Mm-hmm.
So that is one thing that's great about those things.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So I know you have like a million things going on that we want to hear about. But that's all the time we have for this show. And we definitely would like to see you back. Before we go, I know you mentioned that you're on Facebook. If individuals or groups, entrepreneurs, non-entrepreneurs want to reach out to you, do you have any other types of contact?
Yeah, I'm pretty wide open with the contact info, so they can easily call my cell phone number. That's 615-578-7731. That's on me all the time. Direct contact info, and also my Gmail for Young Entrepreneur Enterprise, which is youentent@gmail.com. So those are two big contacts that they can use to be able to get in contact with me real quick with the response time. So.
And before we leave, we want to make sure that everyone sees your little logo emblem on your hat real well.
Yeah, it's pretty cool hat that I created. We'll be offering it to the general public here soon.
You mind if I help you show it off?
Yeah, that's fine.
You guys, we have to make sure to remember this. Did you design it yourself? You had somebody design it for you.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I designed it myself, and just had to get it switched over to AI so they can print on clothing. So that's one thing we'll be doing. Print on clothing and allow other people to wear it, and as a reminder of being a young entrepreneur gentleman and young entrepreneur lady.
Very creative, very creative.
Thank you.
Good soul, good. Your company really has a great stance for improving our communities, bringing entrepreneurs, building a legacy for our families. So something like you said, small businesses, we sometimes forget that. We think about the here and the now and getting rich, and not what we're gonna pass on. So that's great that you have thought of all those things at such a young age.
Thank you, ma'am.
So for now, we're gonna get ready to tell the audience goodbye, but this is Matthew Primes. He will be back on the show so we can hear some of those other endeavors that he has going on.
All right. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for watching this edition of Siobhan's World. Until next time, help you live life unlimited.